Hillary Clinton's lead over Donald Trump narrowed to 3 points this week, according to a new NBC News SurveyMonkey poll. Now, in this poll, they talked a little bit about why, right? Now, there's a strong majority of voters, 82%, that agreed that it was inappropriate for Hillary Clinton to use a private email server during her tenure as Secretary of State. A lot of people disagreed with that decision. Hey, what are you doing? That's not secure. That's kind of stupid. That's reckless of you to use that private server. And now there was a smaller majority in the same poll, 56%, that said, look, we don't think that she should have used that server. And we agree that she should be prosecuted for that server, right? For using that server. 56% of them say that they disagreed with Comey's decision to not bring criminal charges against Hillary Clinton. That's over half the country surveyed wanted her punished for doing this private server. That's amazing to me. That is absolutely amazing to me. Over half the country. They wanted federal criminal charges against the nominee of the Democratic Party. Wow. What a choice, Democrats. Well played. We ended up, and I did this warning, right? But they didn't listen. You ended up choosing a weak, flawed candidate that has record unfavorables as your standard bearer. Amazing. And now, Donald Trump is 3 points away from the national poll from overtaking Clinton. But no. You don't understand, Jeff. They had to pick a more electable candidate. Any good candidate would be annihilating Trump. Look, and you know why? All the other stuff that Hillary Clinton has done, the legitimate stuff. I'm not talking about the bullshit. I'm not talking about Benghazi. I'm not talking about how she supposedly murdered Vince Foster, which is all ridiculous. No, it's the stuff where Hillary Clinton is untrustworthy, where she's flip-flopped on a lot of her positions for political expediency and serves her donors, stuff like that. That does not make Hillary Clinton look very good. Add on to the fact that James Comey essentially gave Trump an enormous gift in what he said about Clinton's use of her private email server. Man, that is a huge gift to Trump, and what is he doing with it? What does he do? Well, okay, first off, what did Comey say? Look, he didn't recommend charges, but ended up giving a scathing speech about how reckless Hillary Clinton was. Now, if Trump were smart and serious about beating her, he'd use that as a 2x4. Instead, he's over here praising Saddam Hussein and talking about the Star of David. You couldn't ask for a better scenario for a Democrat. But here's Hillary Clinton struggling to stay ahead of Trump after her so-called great week. Jesus. Her great week was where she was found to be, at the very least, incompetent and criminal, and yet gets away with no charges. That's a good week for Hillary Clinton. Well played, establishment. Well played. Good job. Nice pick. Voters said that they had either a somewhat very or unfavorable impression of Clinton, right? Her disapproval rating, according to this poll, is now 60%. That's still virtually unchanged after her so-called great week. And that idiot Trump, 62% unfavorable. That's identical to his rating among registered voters in May. So here we have two really disliked candidates running against each other. It sucks. It's incredibly sad. To any other politician, Trump would be manna from heaven. But no, Hillary Clinton struggling so hard to just stay ahead of Donald Trump because of all the negative stuff that she has. Our two choices suck horribly. Horribly. And since they do suck so horribly, the bad news about Trump doesn't help Clinton. The bad news about Clinton doesn't really help Trump because they're both terrible candidates. And you know what? This is going to end up being awesome for the establishment because either we get no change at all or we get disastrous change. And that, of course, disastrous change is going to benefit Donald Trump and people like Donald Trump who are super rich. The only reason that the establishment doesn't like Donald Trump is because they can't, one, tell him what to do and actually have him do it. And number two, they think it's going to ruin their chances. And that's it. That's the reason that they won't get behind Trump. Because he says all these terrible things that are driving away these groups that Donald Trump needs to win the election. Then again, there's so many people that dislike Clinton that aren't going to go there. Terrible election. This has been probably the worst, most interesting for sure, but the worst result of the primary that I think we've had. And we actually had a real choice this time, and we blew it. Well played, establishment. Well played.